Hi guys! Just wanted to pop up on your newsfeed and send you a quick update. Things are going well ish. I um I am still taking the methotrexate, no longer on the prednisone. Adios, chipmunk cheeks. Um, the first thing, let's see, it's been about a year since I've been on. Updated you, just been living life, going through the motions and crap and junk and everything else in between, just like everybody else. But I'm still having the strange finger cramps. They've gotten kind of more pronounced. Like every once in a while, I'll just be sitting randomly, and my finger will go like that. Like if I don't know if you can see the indentation, and like just gets all like twisted and disfigured, and um, yeah, that's been great. Kind of scary when you're sitting and all of a sudden your finger cramps up for no apparent reason. Well, the apparent reason is rheumatoid arthritis, but anyway, on to the next update. I am still getting the joint aches that become a little bit more pronounced, in my wrists and in my fingers and knees and, you know, wherever you have joints. um, I am now diabetic. Yay! Just kidding. Um, no, that wasn't fun. Well, it was fun getting there. Um, but now that I'm a permanent member of the club that I can't seem to, get out of, my doctor has prescribed me injections. They're called Monjero, and I am now on tier 10 milligrams, and I take it once a week, same time, same day, and it controls my blood sugar. But a bad side effect, well, depending on who you ask, um, I am not hungry anymore, which is scary. Like, I literally have to remind myself to eat. Like, I'll go for the whole entire morning, partial afternoon without having eaten, and I don't feel hunger. Um, that's kind of scary, kind of jarring. Um, but the Monjero is doing its job. It's controlling my blood sugar. So I live with having to remind myself to eat and take my pills and drink water. But I do like shrinking down a couple of dress sizes. That's been a positive. I've always been a big girl, but it's been nice to see a collarbone, or I have a wrist bone. um, so the main reason for me popping on tonight and giving you all an update is, if you have done your research about methotrexate, you know that it lowers your immune system so that your immune system doesn't work against you and hurt you, which is rheumatoid arthritis. It's the scope of rheumatoid arthritis. It attacks healthy cells and healthy body and just destroys it. Such a weird disease. But a side effect of taking methotrexate. Oh, and by the way, I can now say methotrexate without having looking at the label. The last video, I was having a hard time even pronouncing it, but now that I've taken it for almost a year now, I can now proudly present it. I mean, pronounce it. Oh, and I'm no longer on the prednisone, and I have no more chick and monk cheeks. I think I already mentioned that, but I'm not sure. And if I did, I'm sorry. But back to the methotrexate. It lowers your immune system so that your body can fight against itself. But the downside with that is that you get rid of, colds, flus, anything, any ailment that's wrong with you takes a long-ish time for you to get better. Um, so within the year, I developed a staph infection, my first ever staph infection. And where does it wind up? It winds up in my nose, um, right in my nasal septum. So the septum is the part of your nose that's in the middle. It's cartilage, not bone. It's just a piece of, thin cartilage. But for whatever reason, it stationed there and slowly drilled a hole in my nose. So I have a nasal. What is it? It's called a septal perforation, and I have to go in for a CAT scan tomorrow to see if there's what the actual damage is and see what the treatment is. It's probably going to be a skin graft. They get tissue from my nose or another place, and they attach it to my nose, and hopefully it stays and heals my hole. Because if I don't heal it, then I have the risk of having my nasal septum, my nose can collapse, and I'll be like Michael Jackson without a nose. Sorry, little joke there. Hope I didn't offend anyone, but I wouldn't have not taken the methotrexate because it has given me a life back. Um, Compared to where I was before, I was debilitated and couldn't move my shoulders or wherever it decided to pop up. Now I'm very limited to what I feel as far as arthritis outbreaks. I wouldn't change my decision to to take the medication. I just wanted to make you all aware that those side effects, they do happen. It took me about a year for me to develop mine, and now we're at that part where I figure out how we're going to fix it. But everything else seems to be going well. Diabetes is under control. All the other side effects from methotrexate are under control. I'm losing weight, which is, I think, why another reason why it's limited to outbreaks is because of my weight. The heavier I was, the more pain I was in, if that can possibly make sense. But anyway, that's my update. My crazy septal perforation. Never would have thought that I'd develop a hole in my nose. That's going down in my journal. Or it's already down there. But I will update on the CAT scan results. I'm supposed to get them on Thursday, and then we'll figure out what we'll do on Thursday, and then I'll get back on and post an update. But if you have any questions, feel free to post them below. Make sure, if you can, possibly like the video and or subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Be safe. Love ya. Bye.